So you've learned about longitudinal waves, and you've learned about waves on strings that are fixed at two ends. So here's a question for you. Suppose I have a string under tension, and I fix it at two ends that are at distance L. And now suppose that I take the string and I just sort of rub it around there. Just rub it back and forth. What's going to happen? Here are your choices. First of all, the string makes an absolutely perfect fundamental frequency and nothing else. Second, the string vibrates with the fundamental frequency and some of the harmonics in a very precise way so that the size of each harmonic is always pretty much the same in relation to the fundamental. Third, you get one of the harmonics, but you never know which one you're going to get in advance until you do the rubbing. And fourth, you get a note that depends on exactly where along the string you rub it. Okay? You've made your guesses? Let's find out. Actually, what I was describing is an awful lot like a string instrument. And this is what you use in order to rub the string. It's a bow, it's hair, and you put goop from trees on it, rosin. So let's try it. I'm going to rub the string. So what was that? Was it just a perfect fundamental? Was it the fundamental with mixtures of the harmonics in precise ratios? Was it random harmonics? Or did it depend on the precise place where I put the bow and rubbed the string? Okay, well, let's see. If it depends on exactly where I rub the string, then if I move the bow back and forth, it'll change, right? It doesn't depend on it. The note that I get is mainly the fundamental, but there are mixtures of harmonics, and the ratios of those in amplitude to the amplitude of the fundamental is pretty much fixed. That's what gives the violin note its color. It's the combination of the fundamental and the harmonics that makes a tone on the violin different from the same tone delivered by the voice. So the way this works when you're actually playing a musical instrument is that you change the length L to produce different fundamental frequencies. On the violin in particular, you put your finger down, change the length of the string that vibrates between the bridge and your finger, and you get different notes like this. Of course, when you're playing a piece of music, you don't just play scales and you don't go so slowly.